make some noise for yourself, man.
Yo, Big Kish back up in here. They saying Drake's tour situation just got 10 times worse. And we got fantastic hip hop about to give us this story we about to react to. But yeah, I think he's just trying to keep up with Dot. Y'all just seen how SZA and Kendrick be having all that fun while they on tour. He tried to do the same thing. I seen the clip. He was running down the aisle talking about, ah! Sounding like that damn pastor that wake you up 3 in the morning. God! That's Drake. That's what he just did. I wish I had the clip, man. I wish I had the clip, but I ain't got it. We're going to put it in the collage or something like that. You know how we do. Before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all pick y'all up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufacturing Mindset, written by me, Big Kish. The link will be in the description for purchase. Appreciate everybody supporting the book, supporting the channel. Y'all make sure y'all get these likes up. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Now, when it comes to Drake and Kendrick Lamar, well, if you are ready to see how the Drake-A-Wish Foundation is getting ready to shut down while at the same time, Kendrick Lamar is just straight up trolling Drake more than ever after Drake has literally tried to do every single thing to stop him. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and now really the
Drake-A-Wish Foundation.
Drake fans are gonna be mad about this because you can get a biggie bag for the same price as a Drake ticket now, and that's why he's going down as bad as we are about to see. Make sure to leave that like so everybody can choose between getting a Whopper or a Drake.
Hey, look, he wish. A
Whopper or a Drake ticket, and now with that said,
I'll try to rewind it back to the him and Rihanna thing. Yeah, he wish he was with Rihanna.
Well, now after Drake tried to diss Kendrick Lamar and take his crown off by calling him Pinocchio and by trying to win music back with his brand new Central C collab, which won. Well, now for lame old Lawbury, despite trying to do every single thing to call out, intimidate, or just shift the rap world against Kendrick Lamar. Really, even with Drake trying to make all of these moves and even at his shows trying to go viral by encouraging fans to diss Kendrick Lamar and chant F Kendrick over and over again and so much other weird stuff. Well,
that is not going to work, and it just shows you how you're not over the battle, bro.
Again, even with the virality of seeing all these people scream at another rapper at another rapper's show, well, that has not done a thing, and Drake's entire tour is starting to look pretty bad, and it's starting to seem like more shows may get canceled very soon, just like we saw with what has went down in Manchester so far, because again, and this is real, there are Biggie Bags, Big Macs, and Whoppers that are more valuable than seeing Drake live right now, but when it comes to this tour and standoff that Drake is trying to have with Kendrick Lamar, well, now while the entirety of Drake's career and ethos is falling apart, but he's still dissing Kendrick Lamar everywhere he goes. Well, now as Kendrick Lamar is finishing up the Grand National Tour on this EU run, and in terms of having joint shows with SZA, well, now there are only 2 more shows until Kendrick will close out the tour by himself for the final runs. Well, now with everything Kendrick and SZA have done since April, which has just included them making history together and putting on an insane display for all of hip-hop and music around the world like you just rarely ever see, because again, there's only ever been 2 other rappers to do something quite like this. Well, with them just rising more and more and the
Hey, look, you would have thought that Drake would have collabed with a female by now. You would have thought that. He tried it with Sexy Red, but that didn't work. But I'm talking about a female with some substance. I honestly think like nobody would touch him. Like, ain't nobody gonna rock out with him. It would behoove him to get a female with some substance, but he burned all his bridges with him. That's why, look, it don't pay off to be having you know what with all these females, bro. He done burned all his bridges with every female because he done smashed all of them. Now look at you. You can't even get no favors like.
Competition crumbling at the same time. Everything's just getting better for these two, and it's so clear that they are having the most fun they ever have had on stage right now, because seriously, with Kendrick Lamar specifically, when he's at these shows now, he's not just aura farming or making some of the most insane crowd moments that we have seen from a rap tour in years and years, but now beyond the set list and beats that Kendrick has masterfully performed night in and night out, he's really starting to break character in a way, and really more than we have ever seen in almost any series of shows or just Kendrick Lamar moments moments, at least since the beginning of his career. As now, after we already started to see Kendrick just straight break out in laughter when he was playing Not Like Us and stuff like that, pretty much just because of how humiliating the song has gotten for Drake and how funny it really has become more and more with each time he plays it, things have been getting even funnier for Kendrick and SZA as they were playing in Portugal. Well, during this show, and unlike the Drake stans who only chant F Kendrick and how they don't like him while they're watching him, the Kendrick and SZA fans at this show actually liked the artists who they were seeing and were pretty much chanting for them like they were watching Ronaldo or something. And with this,
them crowds is crazy, bro. These crowds is crazy. It looked like they ain't even got no chairs. See, we had to have chairs over here. They not even separated. When you go over there, you just get in where you fit in. Hey, I'm looking for my row. I'm looking for my spot. Hey, just go down there. Go anywhere. That's what I like right there. Just go anywhere. Bruh. That's wild, man.
And with this, once Kendrick Lamar realized what was going on, we did see one of the most funny and wholesome moments from Kendrick, which is just showing that the guy really is happy and maybe having the most rewarding experience he has ever had on the road.
Right.
As again, him taking the West Coast and his roots so far to these completely different parts of the world, and just seeing the global audience respond to it the way they have, and he's never had to do something like a fake British accent or try to pander to all these different crowds in the most pathetic way for it. Well, overall, this clearly must be an amazing feeling, and now when you see Kendrick and SZA...
Remember, we just reacted to where Kendrick was actually having a conversation with the crowd. It's like, he's starting to, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say break character, but it's like he's being relatable to the audience. Like, yo, I'm gonna talk to y'all, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, look, when it first kicked off, he was... Yesterday, these niggas whacked up my mural. You know what I'm saying?
Hearing these chants over and over again, to just see these two break out in dancing and Kendrick Lamar really moving around in a way like we almost never see. This is just awesome, and it's honestly so great to see Kendrick having this much fun with all of the fans here and even just sharing moments like this, which are so genuine. And honestly, in this era where everything in rap has become so weird and there are these spite shows going on right in the same areas where Drake is pretty much following them and just trying to diss him.
Oh yeah, he dancing regular now. Y'all see that? He dancing regular.
With his audiences. Well, really, what's happening here is just putting on display the global impact that hip-hop is really having for better with Kendrick in the lead. And now, after Kendrick and SZA found out what the fans were chanting, which was saying, "This is yours," it made it all the better and really just showed where this has all been going and how much winning they have been doing. But now, speaking of having fans in these places show you love and just putting together a show that would be amazing, well, now when it comes to the guy who wishes he was on this tour and alongside the rapper that he has turned into a stan of at this point because the obsession has gotten so weird. Well, for Drake now, while the first Manchester show was canceled and things have been looking bad with that because it seemed like something very strange was happening there, what it's really starting to seem like now as the fan outrage has created a full-on conversation about the extent of where this Drake tour is going. All surrounds the idea of after seeing Kendrick Lamar just complete a run of shows without ever canceling a single performance and selling out every single crowd in the process, and even having just so much fun with it all that after being on the road for months, Kendrick is still sharing genuine moments with his fans like we are seeing with him just dance around here? Well, to be honest, when you just compare these two, lame old Lawbury maybe should have moved this show to a boardroom or something where they could have just sorted through paperwork together or yell about bots, because I really don't think arenas are his thing at this point, because now with these Drake shows, there is a big problem and it's getting really bad, because now despite all of the people that are still around Drake and that are making sure that he is the most annoying person in hip-hop, well, seemingly with the crowds,
I don't think your boy is in shape, man. I don't think he's in shape. He was limping. Remember when I say he was running down somebody and ran down the aisle? Man, let me find that clip. Hold on. I gotta see this. Let me find it. Hold on, y'all. All right, boom. Check your man out. Check your man out. Hey, that's what the pastors be doing when somebody make a big donation. Bro, you bugging, boy. You bugging, boy. What are you doing? I see why he got canceled shows. I see why his ticket's $10, boy.
Well, seemingly with the crowds that Drake needs, they are not going to these shows in the capacity that he wants. And now I'm not going to say that there's no interest in a Drake show as a whole, because again, people are coming out to these things. But now what we are seeing and what the numbers are clearly indicating to us is that the demand to see Drake live has not been this low since before he was doing arenas in the late 2000s. And I am serious about that, and there is factual evidence to back this up now. And now seemingly what's causing this entire line of chaos, which is all saying that Drake's entire tour is going to get canceled, were some posts that were going viral, which were showing that Drake's tickets were going for as low as $8 and at the higher end $23, which if this was the case, and then again, this would put the Drake show in the same range as a Big Mac meal or something like that, he would be—
Oh, that's why he kept showing the Big Mac meal and all that. Dang, his stock is going down, boy.
Be done. There would be no question around it. And to be honest, while the actual reality of what's going on is not that bad, after doing some research into what the value for these Drake shows is actually looking like, and then comparing it to other shows, including artists that Drake used to try to compete with in the same price range, and then also other rappers, and then of course Kendrick Lamar, well, what we are seeing now is that the Drake tickets are really about as coveted as seeing the worst team in sports or something like that, as really for a lot of seats in these arenas. The value is showing that people just don't want these tickets because they have prices that are almost lower than the tour that Ken Carson just had to cancel. As seriously, and let's just get into the reality of the facts. Now, while some of the closer tickets are still going for decent prices here, and again, this does make sense because Drake still does clearly have a loyal fan base that is going to follow him till he destroys literally every single thing that he does. When it comes to the seats that usually bring in casual fans and regular people, this is where things are struggling, and seriously now, for some of these tickets, they are—
Damn, boy. Now, if this was Kendrick, they would be having church, boy. If this was the Gen X tour, they'd be having church right now. Notice you don't see academics in them covering this. $65? Damn. $200? You could be on stage with him for $100. Golly. You could be on stage with this nigga for a couple $100. You could perform with him for a couple dollars. Die.
Struggling, and seriously now, for some of these tickets, they are up for $20 and $30 on the lower end, and really some of them are only going up to about $60 at the most. And with this, all I gotta say, especially when you know how the Drake tours used to work in terms of how high he used to make the ticket prices, yikes, this is very bad, and this is a downgrade. And I just want to say, and what you will see here very clearly is now that while some of these tickets that are $20 and $30 do say limited view, when it comes to other artists who are touring acts who have these limited view seats, well listen, Zach Bryan just came to MetLife Stadium recently, and his limited view tickets were selling for about $300. And I went to see The Weeknd last minute at MetLife Stadium and got some limited view tickets.
I know Weeknd joined up there.
And again, these are the same type of seats. And even in these bigger venues, because again, this is a stadium and not an arena, I was still paying $80 per ticket. And so with this, and then again, when you compare the old prices of the Drake It's a Blur tour, which everything was $200, $300, and $400, and to be honest, back then, Drake had ruined hip-hop so much, and he was in such a place where he was really positioning himself as a pop act, and his ticket prices were more aligned with people like Sabrina Carpenter. And then again, if we go to her limited view tickets, they are also about $300 and $400. Well, now that we are seeing that,
I'm happy we got somebody to break these ticket sales down, because if the shoe was on the other foot, they'll be having a field day with this shit. They was going behind the screen, behind the stage where ain't no seats at, and was like, yeah, see, Kendrick, they not selling. Look, all these empty seats. Like, anything that they could say, they going to say it. So, yeah, we got to do the same thing, man.
You can get into a building and listen to Drake perform for as low as $20. Well, listen, beyond all of that, when you see that Kendrick Lamar is playing for over double the crowd size and yet his tickets are also double the price, you're just seeing that there is a completely different level of demand for these two artists. And really with Kendrick Lamar, what we are finding out is now that as his show gets closer and closer, the more people want to go, and this is why the prices are going up. And really for Drake, it's just the pure opposite, and people are not running to get last minute tickets or anything like that. And why this is so important is because overall, while Drake is still trying to spread messages and narratives that he can still compete with Kendrick Lamar, and he is still a top guy in both rap and music. Again, aside from all the narratives about bots and numbers and everything else that this delusional corner of rap just tries to push more and more, Really, when it comes to the most important facet of music as a whole, which is getting people to come out to shows and seeing whose impact is the biggest in terms of what fans are really there to support you, Drake is just not on the level of Kendrick Lamar. And to be honest, you almost wonder what's causing this disconnect between Drake and his annoying fans who act like he is back up and he is on top, and the people who are not coming to
They don't know how to accept it. They not mature enough to accept defeat. Usually somebody that's grown, mature, they be like, oh, you got that one, you got that. Not them. Not them. They gonna figure out everything they could say, and they gonna do it, I'm telling you.
these shows, and seriously, when we put this into perspective, I'm starting to think we are at a point where Drake's lies and bad performing is catching up to him so bad, and as a result, he is just no longer a premier touring act, and especially after Kendrick Lamar has been stopping in a lot of the same areas and putting on amazing displays of how live rap performances should really work, which I think overall has just really made people not want to see Drake more than ever. Overall, with all of this, Drake is really just getting a bad reputation as not just an artist anymore, but as a performer and a live act to see, and what is clear from these numbers is that less people want to see him than ever. And really now, as this is the direction that we are headed in the moment, and Drake's tickets are being closer to looking like a Groupon deal while just everybody still wants to see Kendrick Lamar, and the demand for a rap show on his end is at an all-time high, really this is looking bad for Drake. And if things stay like this, I would not be surprised if more of these shows end up getting canceled or have these weird delays and lies around them very soon. And so now with all
Damn. What y'all got to say about this, OV hoes? What could y'all say? There's nothing y'all can say right now except for, look, y'all got this one. You know what I'm saying? We chose the wrong side, and we ain't got nothing to show for it. We ain't got nothing to show for us backing up Drake. We have nothing to show. Dang, he making y'all look worse and worse and worse. I hate to be y'all in a barbershop or in a conversation. He making y'all look bad. And the thing is, he don't even care how he make y'all look. He don't give a damn. He don't give a how he make y'all look, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. This is sad, bro. This is sad, man. Maybe he need to call somebody up. He need to call like a super producer or get like a couple producers. But this is the thing, Drake be burning his bridges. This is why ain't nobody reached out and, pulled them out of the mud. This is why. He done burned his bridge. You suing UMG, you know how many people UMG got a relationship with? Like, this is why. UMG got a relationship with damn near everybody that can help you. So, yeah, you gonna have to go to Lil Wayne, gonna get some elephant beats or something like that, boy. I'm telling you, this shit, I don't know. It's done. It's done. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Big Kish signing out. Gone, y'all.